Play surges forward. Possibility!
We're going back to 1990. We're going back to the Nintendo Game Boy. And we're going to play some Soccer Mania. So, this game... Oh, it says 1991 there. I read that this was released in 1990. Anyway, I never played this game. I didn't even know this game existed until I was going through my Game Boy collection. Eh? I have to play as USA. Who's FRG? Who's that supposed to be? Anyway, let's just play against France. This is all very random. Yeah, this released in North America and Japan. In Japan, it was known as Soccer Boy, I think. Trying to remember what I read earlier. And I like the sprites. Oh, God. Right, okay, it's one of those games. And by that, I mean, I don't know who I am. I don't know how to highlight a player. I don't think you do. It just randomly selects a player for you. I like the ref. Look at the ref. Ref's disappeared now. Yeah, we didn't get it in the UK for whatever reason. I'm kind of glad. This is awful. Absolutely terrible, this. So not to be confused with another soccer or football mania, it might have been called, game. Which I do remember. Wasn't that like a Lego kind of game? Oh, the keeper is full manual controls. This didn't review well. It did not well, I found one review at a place called Actcula, which is a weird word, guys, but that is what it is. Software Market. They scored this as 17%. Absolutely terrible. They dismissed the game, citing the crappy scrolling, catastrophic controls, and inability to distinguish the teams of players on the field. I completely agree. I wouldn't even give this 17%. This is woeful. Absolutely woeful. Oh, this is interesting, guys. I've got the wiki up here on the other monitor. In Soccer Mania, the player, this game, the player plays as the USA team, which you saw earlier, so you are forced to use USA. Whilst in Soccer Boy, the Japanese version, the player plays as Japan. I find that interesting. Why force you to use a team? Very strange. Anyway, I mean, this is obviously marketed at the, or for the, hey, I love that. Yeah, for the younger gamer. I mean, cutesy sprites, no actual proper teams. They're just, yeah, no players, proper players. Cutesy sort of music. So I'm not going to be too hard on it. Although with that said, when I was a kid, I would have hated this. And I will play anything when I was a kid. I would have loathed this. Just by... Oh, what was it called on the Game Boy? I think it was just called soccer, wasn't it? We had golf, soccer, tennis. I'm pretty sure that's all they were known as. And that was better than this, because I used to play that game. It was either soccer or it was Nintendo World Cup, which is on the NES as well. I don't know, but whatever it was better than this. There was also a kick-off game, I think, on the Game Boy, which is a lot better than this. This is absolutely dreadful. And it's the same old story when I play some of these 8-bit footy games. I can't do anything. So the person sweating here, what does that mean? Does it just mean that I'm in possession of the ball? What does it mean? Oh, they're slowing down. They start slowing down. You can't keep possession of the ball for long. You have to pass, I think. Oh, guys, this is dreadful. Absolutely terrible. I mean, look at it. I know it's the Game Boy, and we have to put up with the monochrome visuals and the chiptune music. I mean, I like chiptune music. I think it's cool, but what's that little marker on the pitch mean? What does that symbolise? I'm not going to score a goal in this episode of Retro Football. I don't think I will, because I just can't get up the pitch, guys. The CPU can just, like, look at that, just barge me off. The best thing about the game is that. Look at that, it's so good. Full manual controls of the keeper. The issue with this, though, is it gives you control of the keeper whilst you're still controlling the outfield player as well. That was never a good design choice. It was a design choice, actually, which I found became obsolete, or it was scrapped by a lot of developers by the time we got to, I want to say, post 16-bit. Maybe 16-bit and onwards. Basically, developers were like, yeah, we'll give the goalkeeper... Oh, see? Where's my keeper gone? Right, save this, save this. He does. Yeah, developers would give control of the goalkeeper to CPU. You just worry about your outfield players. It makes sense, doesn't it? Unless you're playing, like, specifically as a goalkeeper, then that's fine as well. But having outfield and your keeper and everyone's moving around all at the same time, no thank you. There you go. Case in point. This is... this is absolutely terrible. One of the worst football games I've ever played. Not just on Game Boy, but entirely. And I've played a lot of football games. Hell of a lot. And this is up there. This is up there as one of the worst. It's dreadful. I mean, we could feature it on Bad Video Games playlist, but I like to keep all the retro football in the retro football playlist for obvious reasons. I'm just fed up now. I'm just fed up with this. So I was saying 1990 earlier. I was right, guys. It was released April of 1990 in Japan, then 2 years later in North America. They kind of knew, didn't they? Don't bother releasing this in a football-centric, if that's the right terminology to use, but in a football-centric or football-obsessed continent such as Europe. Just don't even bother. They won't swallow this. I don't know. I'm just making assumptions there to why we didn't get a PAL version of this. Oh, you could link up. Oh, look at this, cheerleaders. It was such a thing. 8-bit era soccer or football games. Cheerleaders every time, half time, full time. Cheerleaders. When have you ever seen a cheerleader at a footy match? Maybe you do actually get them in other countries. I don't know. But yeah, what I was getting at earlier is a 2-player mode exists where 2 people can play against each other utilizing the Game Boy's link cable functionality. I always loved that. This would probably be a little bit better 2-player because both of you can struggle rather than just the CPU being invincible. Not that invincible is the right word to use here, but you know what I mean. That the CPU could do things that I can't. Here we go. I'm on a Maisie. I was. This is poor, this. Really poor. Here we go. Oh, I thought that might have gone in. The goals look weird to me. They look like large hockey goals rather than footy goals. Oh my god. I mean, cast your minds back to when you were a kid, right? And imagine one of your parents or friends or family bought you this game for your birthday or for Christmas. Realistically, right, considering your age, so your expectations are lower when you're a kid. Realistically, how long could you spend playing this game? Because it would cost $20, wouldn't it, in America, this game? $20, $25. Realistically, be realistic with yourselves. It's another goal. I don't think I could last more than 1 match on this. Even back then when I would play anything. I mean, I loved Striker on the SNES. With hindsight, it's pretty bad. But I'd spend days and days and hours and weeks of the summer holidays playing that game. So I can put up with a bad footy game, especially when I was a kid. Not this. I wouldn't have been able to, guys. This is bad, this. Okay. Who am I playing against again? It's France, wasn't it? I want to know FRG. What team that is. Is. Oh, God. The music by now is just like, yeah. Oh, it's a goal! I mean, you can't turn music off in a lot of Game Boy games, I don't think. And this is one of the first things I would do if that option existed. It's just grating now. There's just nothing to this. What is this? Right, can I actually pass? No, you can't. You just can't pass from kickoff, or I can't. I think that's enough for me, guys. I can't do this anymore. It's Soccer Mania. Absolutely diabolical stuff. Look out for more content coming to the channel. Let me know if you've played this. I'll speak to you all very soon.